Talk about career transformations. I see it this way. My full-time job is simply an enabler for me to be able to curate my life outside of my 9 to 5. I am a corporate girly. Career path has never been linear. It's almost like they want to pigeonhole you to doing one thing for the rest of your life, and I just really dislike that. And I was getting so burnt out, and I was like, why am I getting burnt out? I don't understand. That I don't ever have to rely on a man or anyone else for that matter. I decided to pivot again. You can be career oriented without it being your entire whole personality. What you do for work is just one piece of the puzzle in your life, okay? It doesn't have to be everything. Hello, my sunny bays. Welcome back. I'm so glad you could make it. Welcome to another episode of Refining 30s. This is a series on my YouTube channel and my Instagram page, so definitely check it out if you are not following me on there already. The purpose of these videos are to cover some of the topics that are very prevalent in my 30s. Some previous episodes covered making friendships as an adult, making deep, meaningful relationships. Another one is my recovering perfectionist journey, where I am trying to really embrace living life messy, just navigating through all things life in my 30s. That is what Refining 30s are all about. Today, I thought we would talk about career transformations because that has been such a monumental thing in my life. If you guys don't know, I have a full-time job, a side business or side hustle, whatever you want to call it, and my content creation business here as well. So I do 3 things and try to compartmentalize as much as possible those 3 things in my life in terms of my jobs and roles and careers. But before I started doing all 3 of those, I had quite a journey. I've experienced a lot of different work environments, a lot of different careers. I did not start here. I definitely am still figuring things out, to be honest with you. I know in the future it's going to look different again. It's inevitable. But I thought today we would have a discussion about how I got here. Amy's origin story, if you will. Let's start talking about it while I'm making some coffee because I definitely need it. It's 8:43 and I haven't had my first cup of coffee. So we need some caffeine in the system. I'm gonna grab a cup. All right, Charlie is wanting Nespresso this morning too. So I'm gonna make 2 cups. Let me get some ice. But meanwhile, while I'm doing that, let's go ahead and talk about why I decided to make this video. So I got a comment in a previous video. Hold on, this is going to be really loud. Okay, sorry. Maybe I should start talking after I get ice. Alrighty, like I was saying, I got a comment from someone on a previous video where they were curious about how I got to where I am now and what my career path kind of looked like, and it was definitely not linear. I will definitely try my best to explain it in the most concise but also detailed and helpful way possible. What I do for work has changed so many times. If I told my 20-year-old self how many times I'm going to change my career path, I don't think she would believe you. Hi, Ron. I'm also gonna have to feed this little guy. Yeah, you hunger? Look at this little guy. He's hungry. Yeah. All right, you gotta wait like 5 minutes, buddy. Mama needs caffeine first. So I was telling you guys that my career path has never been linear, and I love the way that it worked out because I feel like if it was super linear, then I wouldn't have the skills that I have today, which really translate over to a bunch of the stuff that I do now. But also my life would have been so boring. I mean, not that there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a linear career path, but it just wasn't for me because first off, I get bored extremely easily. I think it might be like the ADD, ADHD thing, but I get obsessed with one thing and then after like a phase, I get kind of bored and I need to switch it up a little bit. Even if it's the same type of role that I have, like I need to change something about it, like people that I work with or the project or just my focus on specific things. I think that's why my job right now works so well with my brain. Ooh, this looks so good. Yes. This is like the most satisfying part is like mixing it. Babe, this is yours. It's the pistachio one, but I put a little bit of agave. If you are new here, you probably are wondering what I do for work because I haven't revealed that yet. For my 9 to 5 job, I am a product designer, aka UXUI designer. UXUI stands for user experience and user interface. I love my full-time job. I am a corporate girly. Although I work from home fully Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or my work hours are very, very flexible. I log on at 8 o'clock in the morning so that I can get off at like 4:30, which is so fabulous because I totally would rather do that than be stuck in an office until 5 o'clock. And then by the time I get home, it's like 6. You eat dinner, and then you're tired, you watch TV and rinse and repeat. That sounds like horrible lifestyle to me, to be honest. And I know that a lot of people have that lifestyle, so I know I'm in a very privileged place. I absolutely love working from home. I'm so blessed to have this opportunity to do this in this, also like specifically in this phase of my life. I think being able to reserve my energy by not commuting into work every day, by being able to log off when I do, and my work just not being always super, super demanding all the time. I mean, let's be real, every job has its pros and cons, and my job can definitely get a little chaotic at times. It's ebbs and flows, but for the majority of the time, I am able to clock out when I need to, which I feel like not a lot of people can say about their jobs. So I love my job. I am so lucky. It's not all just luck, obviously. Like I know, and I'm very confident in myself that I worked really, really hard to get this job. And when the opportunity comes, when the luck comes your way, you have to be ready to seize it. And I was ready. A lot of people ask me about my businesses, my content creation, which is what we're doing right now. Although I love, this is like a passion project for me personally, but it's still, I treat it as like a business because I do want it to grow. My third side hustle business that I have is my bridal makeup, professional makeup business. I only do makeup on the weekends, maybe like 2 to 3 times a month now. I used to do like 5 to 6 weddings a month on top of my full-time job and trying to keep up with social media. Girl, I don't know who I thought I was. And I was like going on about it for a while and I was getting so burnt out and I was like, why am I getting burnt out? I don't understand. Anyway, that past Amy is gone now. We are embracing our soft productivity era. Oh my gosh, this coffee looks fabulous. The oat milk that I love is figures. What is it called, babe? Minor Figures. It's called Minor Figures. That's the oat milk that I love the best. This is different. This is milk and it's a little bit lighter and just not as rich and thick. It's not as creamy. And so it does taste very different. It's still good, but I definitely prefer the Minor Figures. Sorry, I got off of track, but let me sit down because I feel like I'd be able to focus a little bit better when I sit. Also, I kind of look crazy right now with my hair like this. It's because I'm actually going to a gathering with work people. This is like the perfect time to talk about it. I just feel like I have an ideal job for me in this period of my life. I see it this way. My full-time job is simply an enabler for me to be able to curate my life outside of my 9 to 5. Although I am in a very, very privileged and lucky position where I do like/love my 9 to 5 job, I am still able to have enough left of me to be able to live a life outside of my job, if that makes any sense. I feel like that is the goal. That was my goal, at least. Like, I wanted a job where it pays my bills, it lets me live in comfort and allows me to experience life outside of work, pay for experiences, travel, invest in myself, invest in my hobbies. All of that stuff I am able to do because I have a full-time job. And although I love my side businesses, I love content creation, obviously, and I love my makeup business, and I've done that for many years. Every time someone asks me if I would pursue that full time, like either of those, content creation or makeup, I have always said no. My answer has always been no. I don't think I would ever make my makeup business or my content creation business a full-time thing just as my sole provider to pay my bills. There are a lot of different reasons why I feel this way. I just very much crave security and stability. Wow, I could not think of that word. I just had a pretty rough upbringing in my childhood that I really prioritize feeling safe. I love the fact that I have a 9 to 5 to fall back on. I love the fact that my 401k is covered. I have health insurance. I love the fact that if I were to ever get pregnant, then I would have maternity leave and I would still have pay even if I'm not technically working. I love the benefits that come with having a stable corporate job. It also very much helps that I like my job and I like the people that I work with. I think it's like so important. I never take that for granted. Every single day, I feel like, especially during these rough times in the world with this administration, I feel like I've had so many times that I wake up in the morning and I'm like, wow, I am so grateful that I still have a job today because so many people don't anymore. So many people got laid off, or, you know, I can go on a whole rant about this because I work with a lot of federal employees and it's been a rough season to say the least. While I have this job, I'm going to be grateful for it every single day, like for real. So there you have it. That is kind of the summary of my current job situation right now. My career. I'm gonna continue working on this coffee. I need to feed this little guy right here. His name is Romper if you're new here. He's my stinking cute Cavalier King Charles. When he's hungry, he will not leave you alone. So he is like pawing at me, staring into my soul. So, okay, we'll pick up this conversation in a little bit. Alrighty, friends, I'm about to head out to the coworker gathering thing that's happening. And I thought I would show you my outfit because I think it's so cute and summery and just like very casual chic. So simple. I just have some white shorts from Levi's. These are some of my favorite shorts to wear during the summer because white just absorbs way less heat and I like to just dress in lighter colors. White denim shorts just hit every single time during the warmer months. And then for my base layer, I just have a bodysuit. This one is such a pretty olive colored one and I love the little thin straps and they're adjustable, which is chef's kiss. We love that for bodysuits. It's from the brand Nudes. They sell really nice basics and essentials, sleepwear, stuff like that. My overshirt, this is nothing new. I've had this for so long and it's from Aritzia. I feel like I wear this every single time that there is anything pool or beach related. The person who is doing the gathering, he actually has a pool. So he let us know if we want to go into the pool, we can. So everyone is bringing their bathing suits, I think. So I have this button down because this is so nice as a cover up. I throw this on over like literally everything. So yeah, what a great purchase. I feel like the cost per wear on this is like literally pennies now. Funny story, I actually was doing the laundry and this was in it. And I had lipstick that got stuck in one of my pockets and it got over all of my clothes and I was devastated because this was one of them, but my sweet husband went through all of it and hand washed everything with dish soap and it came off. So I am so grateful that he did that for me because I was like really stressed out with all the other things that I needed to take care of for work and everything. This got salvaged due to his graciousness. It's all clean, good to go. In terms of my bag, I am bringing a tote bag because obviously I am carrying a lot of stuff for the pool. So I brought out my little cute yellow tote bag from Saison. This actually came free with purchase. So I was like, oh my God, hell yeah. I love a good free tote. And it's actually cute and good quality. So I love bringing this out. It is like the perfect small to medium sized tote. I have everything in here that I could possibly need during my stay over there. That's it for the outfit. I'm gonna head out now and hang out over there. And then once I'm back, I get to see Jenna again. I'm so excited. I don't know exactly what we're doing, but I have plans with her for this evening. We might go to the pool and do a reading date, or we might meet at a cafe and just like hang out with our laptops, or we might get dinner. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but I get to see her and that's all that matters. I love her so much. I have the best time with her. Once I get back from the work gathering, we'll do our little chit chat and resume our conversation from this morning because I do want to get into like my mindset about my career because it was such a drastic transformation from when I was in my younger, like early 20s to now in my early 30s, which is so crazy. I feel like I see things so differently now. My perspective has been like, it has changed 180. So let's talk about that once I get back. Oh, why? Hello there. I didn't see you. Good morning. Clearly, I need more caffeine because my head is a little. It's been a couple of days because we are now 4 days removed from 4th of July holiday, which I'm very sad about because that weekend felt way too short, but here we are back at work. It's Tuesday. I already had a work day yesterday. I honestly should have taken yesterday off so that I could have an extra long weekend, but it's fine. I'm actually trying to save all of my PTO for my trip to Hawaii. Oh my God, I'm so excited. We're going to Hawaii in September. So of course, at that time, we're gonna have to do like a pack with me, a travels edit. So look out for that. Keep your eyes open and ears peeled. Hit that bell notification so that you don't miss out. But yeah, that is coming up in about a little over 2 months. I'm going to go like mid September. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, in almost exactly 2 months, I'll be in Hawaii. I've actually never been to Hawaii before, so let me know if you have any recommendations on like which specific islands that I should visit because right now our itinerary is just like all over the place. We just know for sure that we're landing in Honolulu and that's about it. And we're flying out of Honolulu. That's basically what I know about our plan. Anyway, I thought today we should resume our conversation because I feel like I left you guys hanging. It's just been such a crazy couple of days because I had a couple of unanticipated things happen. Not in like a bad way. It's just, and it's also not to me, it's just like adjacent and peripheral, but it just took up a lot of my mental capacity. So I wasn't able to really film during the weekend, during the holiday weekend. That said, I was able to hit the pool, which I'm very, very happy about because that is actually, I know it's a kind of a silly goal, but I'm really trying to maximize my time at the pool this summer, because I feel like every summer that passes, I'm always feeling like I didn't take advantage of the fact that I have a pool in my neighborhood and I'm paying for my HOA. So, I should use it to the maximum. Sorry, I just keep on rambling, but I thought I would just give you guys a little update of how my past weekend went. I did want to circle back on the topic of my career transformation and change throughout my 20s and even now in my 30s. It's crazy to think when you're younger, especially when you're in college, you are really taught and you really do believe that you will be doing one thing for the rest of your life, which is so absolutely not true in my case specifically. I'm sure there are people who do pursue something, that one and only goal, and do execute it and do that for the rest of their lives, but that was not the case for me. I changed it so many times. So I thought I would share with you kind of my experience of pivoting. I am pretty sure that I held 5 very distinct roles throughout my career, starting from when I was like around college time until now. I really wouldn't change that experience for the world because I just feel like that weird jagged line of my career path really makes me who I am and gives me the competitive edge that a lot of people don't have. When I wrap my head around it, I think it's so unfair that society and our education institutions really try to force young people to think in such one-dimensional way when it comes to their career. It's almost like they want to pigeonhole you to doing one thing for the rest of your life, and I just really dislike that. As humans, we are allowed to change our minds. Our passions are allowed to change. So I just want to give you full empowerment to pivot when you want to, if you want to. I actually had to take notes because I just held so many different jobs. So I wanted to give you an accurate record of what I pursued from when I was in my 20s into now, who I am now. When I was graduating high school, I really desperately wanted to become a pharmacist. I know, that is so out of pocket for me. It's very strange because I don't know what I thought. I hated chemistry. I don't know why I thought I would pursue. Actually, I do know why. I just wanted to make a lot of money. Let's be real. I came from a household where money wasn't super accessible because my parents had a lot going on. I won't get into that in this video, but yeah, basically We really did have to penny pinch when we were younger. Money was just very scarce, and my mom would depend on my dad for all the income. He was the breadwinner. I witnessed that really take away power from her, and she wasn't able to have her freedom. Not that that is the norm. Obviously, that is not normal. And I am in a situation where my husband is just so supportive. In my marriage, I don't think that would ever happen the way that it happened to my mom. She just chose the wrong partner, and because she didn't make her own money, she basically lost her agency. Is agency the right word? I'm not sure. I need to look it up. Yeah, I think agency kind of makes sense. In social science, agency is the capacity of individuals to have the power and resources to fulfill their potential. So yeah, my mom lost all of that because she was a stay-at-home mom. She didn't have a career, and that really impacted me and how I viewed money and having a job as a woman. That is such a long-winded way of me telling you that I wanted to become a pharmacist. Anyway, so I was like gung-ho about it. I studied so hard in high school. I got a over 4.0 GPA by taking a bunch of AP classes. AP is advanced placement classes, which are college courses that you can take in high school. I did absolutely everything that I could to be academically advanced, that I would be able to leave my chaotic, unhealthy, toxic childhood, go out in the world to make my own money, becomes really successful and wealthy so that I don't ever have to rely on a man or anyone else for that matter. I didn't want to rely on my parents, my sibling, just anything, anyone. I did get into pharmacy school. It was a private institution in New York, and it was a 6-year PharmD accelerated program. And I decided that at the last minute I had to rescind my deposit, or I couldn't rescind it. I lost my deposit because it was too late, but it was because I realized that I couldn't afford it. It was so expensive, and at that time when I made the deposit, my father said that he would support me financially, like at least the day-to-day living while I study and stuff, because as a pharmacy or medical student, it's really hard to have a job and like, you're studying all the time. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, that's awesome that you would support me for education. Yeah, he rescinded his offer and he basically said that like, you're on your own. So I decided that it was financially smart of me to not go and just go to community college, which was an interesting experience. I was commuting. I was supposed to go to New York, and I ended up right back where I was at the time. That said, I did transfer to another school and got some scholarships, so which was really nice. At this point, I decided to pursue healthcare and got my bachelor's degree in health systems management because I was like, oh, okay, I want to work in patient care. I want to help patients in the world and doctors and work with EMRs and hospital management, all of that stuff. Turns out that I really dislike being in patient care because I ended up working at a oral maxillofacial surgery center and a lot of different dentist offices because I wanted to pursue this route, and those were the jobs that you kind of had to get experience in. Turns out you just get emotionally abused on your job. I cannot express enough people who work in healthcare, like our nurses, doctors, just, kudos to them because I am not strong enough for that. I am too fragile that I just couldn't separate my work from how I felt outside of work. Like I would definitely take work with me, like all the emotions with me. So I would cry like every other day. And it was just not great. Like, it's such a stressful environment to work in. I just couldn't see myself doing this in the long term. At this point, I knew that I needed to get out of this industry and enter a new one. I was able to translate some of my skills that I got from patient care and working with EMRs into an operational role at a technology, like artificial intelligence company. I also got in because of networking. Like, I definitely had someone vouch for me, and they really helped me get the job and get my foot in the door. But yeah, I pivoted into operations at a technology company. And that, oh my gosh, the workplace was so toxic. I had the worst leadership on my team, and just the whole company in general, it was awful. I did operations though for a little bit. I did it at that company, and then I moved to another company, to a nonprofit organization. Same thing. I mean, the people were just so nasty. I was just so manipulated and taken advantage of. There was no growth in either of those companies. So I was like, okay, maybe operations isn't for me. And also, I didn't like the job. I was just doing the same thing over and over again. It was so mundane, so repetitive. I was not using my brain like at all. I didn't feel challenged. I didn't feel that this was going to work for me long term either. So I decided to pivot again. Mind you, I know I'm already pivoting for the third time, but this isn't even all of it. I held so many different jobs in between those transitions too that I'm sparing the details of for you because this video is already getting super long. But basically, I am highlighting the big ones. So after I was so burnt out and just discouraged from those two jobs in operations, I decided that I was going to do a major career transformation. So I enrolled myself into a UXUI design bootcamp because I did a lot of independent research on the role and what my day-to-day would look like in that particular job. And it seemed like such a good balance between all the things that I love. I'm very visually creative, but I also really love problem solving. And because I'm very detail oriented and have slightly OCD tendencies, that this would be perfect for me. And I just love collaborating, but also like to do independent work. So you are able to get all of that in this one world, that it was very, very palatable for me. Like when I researched into it, I was like, wow, this seems like the perfect job. I went all in, you guys. I purchased the bootcamp. I did not have anything in my savings, like nothing. I'm not condoning this behavior. Like, trust me, please be financially responsible and smart, unlike me. But it paid off for me because I got very lucky. But I put the cost of the bootcamp, which was upwards about like, I want to say $3,000-$4,000, maybe more, on my credit card. I was all in. I was willing to risk it all, basically. The 22 APR. I put it on my credit card. I decided to do this boot camp that runs for about 6 to 9 months. It was self-paced. I did that while I was working and doing some other little jobs here and there. In tandem, I worked as a makeup artist too, so that I could get some more money to pay off my credit card debt. After the 9 months of boot camp, obviously I got a job as a UX/UI designer, and I did a bunch of other things like before I got my full-time job. I did freelance a little bit for my design work and, helped with family and friends and things like that to get some experience under my belt, worked on my portfolio. I networked like nobody's business, and someone was so kind enough to refer me to their company. And it just worked out. So I was able to get a job, and I've been at this job ever since. But as you guys know, I also do my makeup business on the side because I am one of those people who like to hoard and maintain skills that I've accumulated throughout life. So I don't want to lose that. So I still work weddings on the weekends, which I love. I still love it. It's a passion project of mine. I will always love makeup. Then I got into content creation because I've made YouTube videos for as long as I can remember, but I decided to take it a little bit more seriously this year because I just really love the concept of having an online community, and I love the process of producing a video. It's so fun for me. I love editing. I love being able to create something from start to finish, seeing that I have an output of like this actual finished product. It's just very fulfilling for me and satisfying to see. Wow, that was a lot of information. I'm so sorry. I know you didn't ask for all of that, but I hope that gives you kind of a understanding that career paths are not linear. It goes in all different sorts of directions. Sometimes it's lateral, sometimes it's horizontal, you go up, or diagonal. Like, it is all over the map, okay? So don't you worry. If you are not exactly sure what you're doing now, just think of everything as a stepping stone, you're probably not going to still be where you are now in like 10 years from now. This is all coming from my own personal experience, so obviously everyone is going to be different. But if you are worried that you can't just like pick one thing that you love right now, you want to do everything, it's okay. That's so normal. I just want you to know that whatever career that you hold right now, it does not define your identity. And because society puts so much pressure on that, it's just so annoying and irritating. I hate the fact that like in our society, I mean, I do this too, don't get me wrong, but you know, when you meet someone, your first icebreaker is usually like, oh, what do you do for work? Because, you know, that says something about your identity. I mean, it does have a part in it, but I just don't really love that the job you hold has so much weight on who you are as a person. And I don't believe that. I think you are made up of that and much more, you know, like your hobbies, your other passions, your side projects, the things that you do like that. Wow, can I speak? The things that you like to do that doesn't pay the bills, you know, because sometimes a job is just a job. A job just pays the bills, and that is completely fine. You don't have to be obsessed with your job, you know? And I feel like in America, at least, it's like so common to strive for that ultimate goal of wanting to love and be obsessed with your job. And like, I get that. If you have that, amazing. I love my job as a designer. I feel like I got very lucky to be in an industry that I do love and really enjoy spending my 8 hours in Monday through Friday. But it's also okay if you don't, because it was like that for me, and it caused me so much like heartache and confusion, because I thought that I was the one that wasn't normal, you know? Anyway, I hope that this gives you a little bit of encouragement. If you are a little bit earlier in your career or you're trying to change or have a massive career transformation, I give you so much love and encouragement that everything is going to work out. What you do for work is just one piece of the puzzle in your life, okay? It doesn't have to be everything. You can be career oriented without it being your entire whole personality, you know what I'm saying? But also if it is, amazing. I love that for you, because I know a lot of people like that, and they are the most hardworking people, and I love that. But don't feel bad if you're not. You know what I'm saying? There's one more thing that I want to show you and tell you in this video, because it's a good bridge into the next video that I'm going to film. And I'm going to do like not total, but like a pretty major redecoration and reorganization of my work from home office, which is this room right now. I am going to switch out this swivel chair with my new love sack. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And we're going to move my bookshelf. If you have watched some of my bookish edit videos, you'll know what I'm talking about, but I have my bookshelf on this side of the room. I'm actually going to move it to this wall, and I want more than one bookshelf now. So I think I'm gonna go to IKEA and get another one, put two of them here next to each other, and then put my love sack on this side, like basically flip the orientation. Don't worry, my fuzzy cozy checkered blanket is still going to go on my love sack, and the essence of this room will stay the same, but I am so excited to actually have a comfy couch or comfy chair to lounge around and read in, because this is ultimately also my reading nook. This particular chair is not very comfortable because the back is like not high enough. It just doesn't have any support. So I'm so excited to actually move this chair to the kitchen, and I have some ideas for that too, but we will get into all of that in the next video. So definitely go ahead and make sure to subscribe, stick around. Let me know in the comments if you are experiencing a career transition right now and how it's going. I would love to know and support you. If you want to stick around a little longer, definitely go ahead and check out my previous video right here. I did a journal with me again, and I'm so excited because we actually did a new segment called like a July kickoff where I create like the cover art and everything. It's a good time, so definitely join me over there. Like if you haven't already, subscribe if you want more cozy content on soft productivity and balanced living, and I will talk to you in the comments. Bye.